And we're back with another Madden 25 rebuild. I know it's been a minute, but Madden 26 is coming out. College Football 26 just came out. I'll probably play some of that, but honestly, I haven't really cared about Madden recently, but we're getting back into it. I know I'm super late, but anyways, in today's video, Madden 25, we're going to be realistically rebuilding the Miami Dolphins, but with the new addition of Minka Fitzpatrick. Well, actually, the returning addition of Minka Fitzpatrick. My bad. And as always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and or subscribe. Let's see if we can get this video to 100 likes. I would appreciate that. Anyone who genuinely tells you that the Steelers won this trade are probably brain dead. Jalen Ramsey's been aging. Jonnu Smith seems good, but at the same time, they already had Pat Freiermuth and the guy out of Georgia. I forgot his name, but you guys know who I'm talking about on the Steelers. The Steelers did not need to make that move. They did not need to keep bolstering their offensive line, their defense is what I meant to say. And then there was no reason to trade away George Pickens at the Cowboys for a third-round pick. I don't know what they're doing, but sure, the Dolphins seem to eat off of it because they literally loaned out Minka Fitzpatrick, got a first-round pick in return for Minka Fitzpatrick. I don't know what that first-round pick turned into, but then still got Minka Fitzpatrick back. And then Jalen Ramsey's been injured a lot of the time. He's still a good corner. He's just not always on the field. And then again, Jonnu Smith, he was a good tight end for the Dolphins last year, but I don't think he's a complete game changer for the Steelers because they already have Pat Freiermuth. But anyways, rebuilding the team for the Dolphins. The offensive line needs a huge upgrade. Darren Waller came out of retirement for the Giants and then got traded to the Dolphins immediately, so I added him to this as well. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, of course, look really good on paper. Had a huge down year for Jalen Waddle and a down year for Tyreek Hill last year, but hopefully they'll bounce back. Devon A-Chain here, Tua, he's usually never really good in simulation. I don't think he's going to win you a Super Bowl in real life, but hopefully we can do that here in simulation. But Kenneth Grant, a lot of people were hating on this pick. I really don't think it was that bad. You lost Christian Wilkins. I think Kenneth Grant can be a really good player. Hopefully he doesn't turn out to be another Michigan defensive tackle who's really bad, a.k.a. Mozzie Smith. He's been horrible for the Cowboys. But Kenneth Grant, hopefully he can develop. I'm going to start Chop Robinson over Bradley Chubb. I really don't understand why they traded, I think, a first-round pick for this guy a long time ago. Sure, he was great when he was on the field, but he can never stay healthy. And then for everyone else here, I think loaning out Minka Fitzpatrick, this was just a big brain move from the Dolphins. I think that was a good move in general. And then, of course, Darren Waller coming out of retirement. Maybe that'll be better than Jonnu Smith. Who knows? You can't really say. He hasn't been on the field in a little bit. But anyways, apart from that, let's see how we do year number one with the Miami Dolphins and just get into the midseason mark. 4-2 at the midseason mark here. Offense, points per game, 9th. Defense in terms of rushing game is pretty good at 8th, but the offense in terms of passing game and rushing game, it looks awful, but we're still in 9th in points per game, so I don't know how that logically makes sense, but sure, I'll take it. Scouting national focus, it has to be offensive tackle here. Players ready to negotiate. I only have $8.3 million to spend here. I don't mind Cater. He's young. He has star development. It will be a relatively cheap contract. He'll be a nice rotational player if he isn't the starter for us, so I'm going to keep him around. All these other extras, not really interested in for now, so I'm going to let those guys walk. And then apart from that, 4-2, not doing bad. Hopefully the offense can step it up in terms of yards. But if we're scoring points, I guess at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. 11-6 here. We do not take the division as the Bills take it at 13-4. 5th best offense in passing yards, 32nd in rushing game. I'm currently in the Bills offense, Chiefs defense. Defense did not do that well either. I mean, it kind of makes sense that our offensive rushing game is 32nd. Bills offense is more primarily wide receiver 1 and tight end focused, not really rushing focused, and our offensive line also still sucks, but for now, I'm happy that we at least made the playoffs, especially at 11-6. Stats and awards here. Tua actually did pretty good. Looks like top 10 stats right there. 15th best offense, 22nd best defense, though. 4,200 yards, 33 touchdowns to 7 receptions, 67 completion percentage, 106 passer rating, and only got sacked 25 times. Really good job from the offensive line, actually. And then Tua did really good as well. Very good touchdown to interception ratio. Devon A-Chain, 3.5 per carry, and then 5 touchdowns to 3 fumbles is not a good season. Tyreek Hill, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. Nick Westbrook here, 13 touchdowns, 1,000 yards is insane, but he's in the slot. The slot position in Madden franchise is broken. It's been broken since Madden 19, Madden 18. Jalen Waddle, 800 yards, 2 touchdowns. Should have just had him in the slot. Darren Waller, 800 yards, 8 touchdowns. Really good start coming out of retirement. Sacks allowed here. Patrick Paul sucks, 11, 5 from Aaron Brewer, 4 for Austin Jackson, 3 for James Daniels, and 1 for the rookie, Jonah. Okay, I remember him being very good in simulation last time I did a Dolphins rebuild, but hopefully he gets star development. Over 1,000 snaps played and only 1 sack allowed. I feel like that's worthy of getting star development, but Patrick Paul, we need to move on from him. Terrell Dodson with 110 tackles for a loss, 19 for Jalen Phillips, 14 for Zach Seiler, however you say that, 13 for Kenneth Grant, 5.5 sacks, 50 tackles, 13 tackles for a loss. Pretty good for Kenneth Grant in his rookie season. 6 sacks for Jalen Phillips, 5.5 for Grant, 4.5 for Chop Robinson, and then 4 for Terrell Dodson. I was really hoping Chop Robinson did better. I don't know if he was starting at the rush right end position or if Bradley Chubb was. Hopefully he was. 4 interceptions for Cater, 2 for Minka, 2 for Jason Marshall Jr., deflections, 10 for Ifetu here. I don't know how you say that. I'm just stupid. 9 for Jordan Brooks, 8 for Kendall Sheffield, and then safety, 0 defensive touchdowns, 1 for Minka. Welcome back. Here to face the 11-6 Indianapolis Colts. Anthony Richardson's really good in simulation, but he just sucks in real life, and we're going to lose to him. 28-4, 28-24 is how we just lost. 28-4 would be a weird score, but either way, first round exit. Let's move into the offseason. And the Ravens beat the Lions in their first ever Super Bowl, 22-9, and the Ravens Super Bowl MVP is Justin Madubuike. I know it says Nadami here, but Justin is what he goes by, I'm pretty sure. Either way, Patrick Mahomes, League MVP, my bad, and there are no awards here for the Dolphins, unfortunately. In the AFC East, the fullback for the Patriots retires, Morgan Moses retires, and Tyrod Taylor all retire. And for the team upgrades, the right guard does get star development after one season. Darren Waller goes from normal to superstar, but he regresses heavily because he's now 34 years old by the time this simulation is here. I believe I started him at like a 77 overall. Now he's down to a 69 overall. Nice, but he's now a superstar development who's not going to be really useful later down the line. So that's not very helpful to us. And then defensively, any other actual upgrades? Chop Robinson comes to star development. Is Cater seriously our number one? Yeah, now that Jalen Ramsey is gone, I guess so, but either way, I would rather have Minka for the long-term future here. And apart from that, let's look into the re-signing. And for the re-signings, Terrell Dodson, KJ Britt, and all these other extras, I'm just not interested in. We have $26 million to spend. I'll take a peek in free agencies to see if I like anything, but if I don't, I'll just move on. Patrick Ricard, Tez Johnson is here. That should not be there. Some of these contracts, I guess, got messed up, or he just got randomly cut. This free agency class looks pretty buns. And if I'm being honest, that entire free agency class just looked like total crap. So I'm going to skip out and just move into the draft. In the draft, we are going to have pick number 22 here. So that's pretty good. Let's see what we have. I mean, it's not the best, especially for drafting an offensive tackle, but there's a 3rd to 4th round talent for an offensive tackle here. Obviously, I'm not going to draft him. Just want to look at him. Overall, he doesn't look bad. His skills don't look great. Yeah, it's not someone I would pick in the first round. Anyways, and then what is this 1st to 2nd round guy? 1st to 2nd round talent, 1st to 2nd round guy in Michael Barton here at a USC, 6'6", 308, marginal strength. I don't want to take him just because that's strength, and he doesn't even look like he would be worth a 1st to 2nd round pick. Keep in mind, just because their talent is 1st to 2nd round doesn't mean they actually are 1st to 2nd round. It just means they're higher overall. It doesn't actually project how good they will be or their actual development. That's something that you have to do on your own. And then right tackle here, 2nd to 3rd round guy, and Jeff Dempsey at a Clemson, 6'6", marginal strength. The strength does matter. It does matter. It's not just the skill. Strength for the trench positions, defensive tackle, stuff like that. Not edge rusher necessarily, but defensive tackle, big guys in general, strength does matter. I don't like this class. I'll maybe wait for the 2nd round to see if Sheldon Reese is there. Bigger guy, A, awareness. I'm just going to pass for now. Texas A&M free safety, 5'9", 224 here. Could move him to strong safety. He doesn't look that bad, but he doesn't look that good. Don't want a receiver. I do need a corner still now that Jalen Ramsey is gone. And Everett Lawrence here doesn't look too bad out of Vanderbilt, 5'11", 190 here. Good speed, solid acceleration, good strength, A press, B catching, B tackle, A to C zone coverage. He is a zone archetype, so I'm assuming that's probably a B. Let's look at the other guys. This guy looks much better. Brian Presley here out of Utah, 6'3", 191, A man coverage, B zone coverage, B press. He has elite speed, good acceleration, ran a 4.35 at his college pro day. Very balanced player. I'm going to pick up Brian Presley here, ranked number 7, A-plus pick. Got him at number 22. Hidden development, he looks great. And now let me go back to the left tackles. There's nothing really good on the board. We might just have to deal with Patrick Paul back-to-back years, unfortunately. I'm fine with Andrew Brewer. I might might want another center. Manny Estrada here out of TCU, 6'4", 300 pounds almost. Solid strength, great acceleration, good speed. Solid's good enough. He has the A's across the board. He's a 3rd to 4th rounder. I'm in the late 2nd rounder. I'm kind of desperate. Our center wasn't that bad last year, but I kind of want Manny Estrada here, so we're going to pull the trigger. Ranked 40, got him at 54. Hidden development, you like to see that. He's going to start immediately. And then I don't have a 3rd round pick here, but let's see what I have for this pick. Is there any guys that are like some speed demons that I can put in my slot here? More speed demons on the Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle team. Out of Auburn here, this guy, he has elite speed, solid speed though. Elite acceleration, solid speed, doesn't really seem that good. Then this guy here, Eric Springs, 6'1", 193, great speed, elite acceleration, around a 4.38 here, FFF across the board. Doesn't seem that great. Is there any good tight ends on the board that I could pull? No, the tight ends look pretty bad too. I might just pull the trigger on another corner because, Darren Waller did not do bad for us last season. He's just not going to be the long-term future. A catching, A tackle, B zone coverage. Not bad from this guy here. And Javier Barnett out of Illinois for a 4th round pick. Doesn't seem horrible. Elite jumping, only marginal speed. But B zone coverage, A tackle, A catching. I'll pick him for the skills just because we're in the late 4th round. Why not? Ranked 84, got him at 118. Hidden development, that's pretty good value. Nice snipe there. And Brian Presley is a 77 overall. The center is a 74. The corner that I picked in the 4th round is 71. Stopped drafting after that. But for the guys that I did choose, pretty good picks, I would say. And this is the team after the draft. Don't really want Nick Westbrook in the slot. I know he did good last year, but it's just because he's in the slot. Aaron Brewer did actually pretty solid last year. Austin Jackson. I'm still going to start Estrada. I picked him for a reason. Maybe I'll trade Aaron Brewer. Honestly, probably will do that. He really wasn't bad, but we'll see how Estrada plays first. And then the AI picked up Woodard here, who doesn't seem bad. Let's move him up. And then I don't see my other corner that was supposed to be here. Can I cut one of these guys? Alex Austin. No hate to Alex Austin. I would just rather have the other guy starting because he has more potential with his hidden development. He was a 71 overall. Wasn't bad. Going to move him over Marshall. Maybe put him in the slot as well. And then honestly, Presley, let's make the number 1 immediately. Everything else looks pretty good here. And I want to trade Bradley Chubb. I don't want his contract. He's 29. He's just aging, and he's a backup for me. I don't want to pay him $30 million to sit on the bench. It's just not helpful to me. So the Browns can't afford him. And who wanted him before? The Bears. The Bears wanted him. They have money for him. So if they want him that bad, let's do a 3rd round pick for Bradley Chubb. I know it could probably get more, but he's aging. He has such a high cap hit. I really feel like it would be so much more unrealistic to get more than that. It's kind of unrealistic to get a 3rd for him with that cap hit, but it is what it is. He's gone now. Everything's pretty good. Specialist-wise, what do I want? I'm probably going to want Armstrong. Well, actually, I'm going to put Jalen Waddle in the slot. And then Barnett, we're going to move, not Barnett, Barrett, my bad. I don't know why I keep seeing an N in that. I guess I'm just so dyslexic, but everything else looks pretty good here. And apart from that, guys, let's see how we do in year number 2. 3-3, not as good as last year, but the defense is significantly better. The offense just took a nosedive, even though I improved the offensive line. Well, technically not really improved it, I guess, but either way, took a nosedive. The offense is significantly worse, but we'll see if we can try to fix that. I guess I'm still going to go with offensive tackle, leave that as the scouting national focus to replace Patrick Paul and Austin Jackson potentially. But for the re-signings, Jalen Phillips, Jonah should not be here, neither should Marshall or any of these other rookies. I need to manually change those contracts. Quinn Ewers is already here and all these other guys. So let me go to Jalen Phillips and work this contract out. We're going to do a 4-year deal, $12 million a year. He has injury problems in the past, but injuries off in this. And then I'm going to adjust all the rookie contracts to what they should be. Okay, I got those adjusted. We're 3-3. Defense is dominating. Hopefully the offense can step it up. Again, I didn't change the playbooks from the previous year. We were 9th in points per game at the midseason last year, but either way, let's see if we can make the playoffs. 12-5. We win our division over the Bills, but of course we have to play them in the first round. They're 4 overalls higher than us, so I doubt we win this. Defense is 6th in points per game. Our defensive passing and rushing game has significantly got worse, but hey, our points per game were still up there, so that's what matters, and our offense did significantly improve. Stats and awards, Tua looks great, looks like a top 10 QB. Only time you'll ever hear me say that. 15th best offense, 15th best defense, 4,100 yards, 34 touchdowns, 7 receptions, 68 completion percentage, 109 pass rating, got sacked 48 times. Oh my God, that's bad. And then rushing A-chain here with 3.8 per carry, 1 fumble to 7 touchdowns. Much better than last year, but it's still not a good year. And then Jalen Waddle, 1,100 yards, 15 touchdowns. That's great. Tyreek Hill, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. Nick Westbrook. See, now that I put Jalen Waddle in the slot, significantly better. That's all you have to do. Darren Waller took a step back from last year, but still pretty solid. Almost 600 yards, 5 touchdowns. Patrick Paul continues to suck. Austin Jackson sucks. James Daniels, not that good. Jonah took a huge step back, and then our center, Manny Estrada, allows 5 sacks, which still isn't the best for a center, but it's the best on the team, so I mean, I guess I'll keep him the starter. Willie Gay with 120 tackles, 105 for Jordan Brooks, tackles for a loss, 14 for Zach, 11 for Jalen Phillips, and then 10 sacks for Jalen Phillips, 6.5 for Kenneth Grant, 6 for Zach, 4.5 for Chopper Robinson. He's really not doing much, and he was starting at the rush right end. Hope he develops. And then interceptions, 5 for whatever that name is, I'm not even going to try, 2 for Cater and Minka, and for Brian Presley, the rookie. Deflections, 8 for Javier Barrett, the 4th-round pick with an interception as well, and then 7 for the rookie Brian Presley, and 7 for Willie Gay. And then safeties, 2 for Zach, defensive touchdowns, 0. Can we win the first playoff this game of this video here against the Bills? And the answer is no. 23-6. We get absolutely crushed there. Offense does nothing. Let's move into the offseason. Very sad way to end it again. And the Eagles beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again here as Jalen Hurts wins the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins back-to-back league MVPs here. No awards for the Dolphins once again, unfortunately. In the AFC East, Matthew Judon retires with the Jets. And for the team upgrades here, oh my gosh, Darren Waller's a 54. He's a 52 overall. He went from like a 78 to a 69 to a 52 within a span of 2 seasons, bro. Or what are we talking about here? There's no way a superstar player can regress this much. He didn't even play that bad. That's crazy. How does someone regress that hard? He's now... I guess there's 2 Darren Wallers on the team, but okay, sure, EA, whatever you say. Jalen Waddle is a superstar X Factor. Estrada comes with star development. Presley comes with superstar X Factor. What a baller. Barrett comes with star development. And then this guy, not even going to pronounce his name. I don't care. Star development. Willie Gay gets star development as well. Woodard comes with star development. Presley getting X Factor, or at least coming with it, is huge for the team, and it looks like he came with Superstar X Factor, so absolute W pick there. We got our new Jalen Ramsey, who I don't have to pay, and Minka Fitzpatrick, so absolute W for the Dolphins. Our defense did much better this year, like what we have going. Then offensively, I need new offensive tackles, clearly needed a new tight end. I wouldn't mind a receiver 3, but it's really not the biggest issue. And for the players who had to negotiate, I don't really want Willie Gay if he wants a lot of money. Yeah, he wants a lot of money, he wants a lot of years, that's a no. Zach Wilson can walk. Don't really need this. Oh, this right outside linebacker, star development. I guess I didn't sign him to a contract. I don't really want to pay him $6 million a year to be a 70 overall. He can walk. I guess I forgot to sign some of these players. Darren Waller's crazy regression. I'm not going to worry about that. Those guys can walk. $27 million to spend in free agency. Let's see if this year's any better. And we're going to have Travis Kelce reunite with his teammates in Tyreek Hill. I can actually see this happening on a 1-year contract. Then Nakobe Dean here, we got on a 4-year deal. I'm going to move him to right outside linebacker or just left outside linebacker. Either way, solid free agency. Got a 1-year contract with Kelce there, so not overall that bad. Generate the best lineup here, and then yeah, I guess I'm going to move Nakobe Dean here to left outside linebacker, and then I'm going to draft a right outside linebacker if I do have the draft picks to do that. And the Titans get the #1 overall pick again. They're going to be picking up a defensive tackle, still rolling with Cam Ward here. I mean, it's only been a couple of seasons, but let's see what we have in this free agency. Receiver that I don't really want. A left tackle here that's graded as a first-round talent. And Tyreek Claiborne, elite strength. I immediately want him. A, awareness. A is across the board. I don't care if he has F stamina. It's not like he's going to be moving around everywhere. Tyreek Claiborne with the elite strength. I'm already going to pull the trigger. Don't need to see anything else. Ranked 13, got him at 23. Hidden development, 93 strength out of Georgia. He's a big boy. Patrick Paul is out of here. And the right tackle is on the board. Absolute buns. Is there any left tackles that I can move over? Probably not. Any right guards that I can potentially move over? 340 pounds for Trent Doherty here out of Virginia Tech. Can definitely play right tackle. Elite strength, power type, 340, can definitely play that right tackle position. Doesn't really have the skills, but but I'm going to pick him because of that elite strength in the second round. Ranked 71, got him at 55. Hidden development, that's what matters. 92 strength. Doesn't have the skills, but we'll develop that. We got our new offensive tackles. And then we got a third round pick for trading away Bradley Chubb. I want to spend this on a tight end, maybe in the future, or maybe down the board. I can pull the trigger on a tight end, maybe not right now. Let's try and snag a linebacker, actually. This one doesn't seem too bad. None of these guys really seem too bad. 8-man coverage. This guy honestly seems the best, though. Paul Hart out of Florida. I mean, keep him kind of local, poor in acceleration. Let me look at the other guys. Carl Powell looks way better here. Elite speed, elite jumping, elite agility, great acceleration, solid strength here. B awareness, A man coverage, B tackle. Doesn't have the skills, but has a lot of athleticism. He can play left outside linebacker. Ranked 30, got him at 70. Hidden development, 91 speed and acceleration for a linebacker is crazy fast. I might double down on these linebackers here. This one doesn't seem too bad. Junior Staley here out of Clemson, 6 foot, 226, elite speed, good acceleration here. A man coverage, B zone coverage, B finesse moves. I'm going to take him as a backup. Ranked 94, got him at 87. Hidden development, 91 speed, 89 acceleration. He's going to be the backup behind Jordan Brooks, but our linebacking core is solidified now. And for tight ends, doesn't really look like there's too much good things on the board. 6'6", Joshua Hartley out of Oregon State. Elite strength, good speed, decent acceleration. B's across the board for a 4th round pick. Doesn't seem too bad. Ranked 104, got him at 119. Good value, but not really the best player, you know, so why not? Now let me see if I can snag a late round defensive tackle. Just sort by physicals, then of course go all the way over to strength. And then we're going to pick up a great strength guy, the best one on the board, and Kentrell Bibbs out of Nevada, F tackle. I don't really care, though, because he's a big dude with elite strength. He's pretty fast. I mean, great strength. Ranked 306, got him at 151. Not a good pick. Usually those work out. They're either total hit or miss, but I'm not mad spending a late 5th round pick on it. Either way, let's simulate to the end of the draft. And a Tyree Claiborne here is a 75 overall. Trent Doherty is a 71, 74 for Carl Powell here, 70 for Junior Staley, 69 for the tight end, 63 for the defensive tackle was the L pick. But honestly, not a bad draft once again. So now that we got Claiborne and Doherty here, I'm going to pack up Patrick Paul and Austin Jackson and just ship them out in a package deal. I don't want either of them on my team. They gave Austin Jackson that much money. Who was stupid enough to do that? Oh, yeah, the Miami Dolphins. The Texans need offensive tackles. Yeah, you can take them. They're both bad, so I feel like a 3rd round pick is more than fair for both of these guys, so that's fine. More than fair on my end, of course. But either way, we got both these offensive tackles starting. I might want to sign some mentors for them as well. Pretty young offensive line. Defensively, I'm going to put Powell at outside linebacker. Nakobe Dean is still going to be playing as the starting right outside linebacker. I just paid him a 4-year contract. I'm not going to bench him. So we're going to move Powell to the outside. Staley's going to be a rotational player. And yeah, all that looks pretty good. Like the team we have. Let's move Barrett up one. He's going to play in the slot. And then I'm going to go sign some mentors for my offensive tackles. Mentor in DJ Humphreys here at left tackle. So we're going to sign him on a 1-year contract. Now let's get a right tackle. And there are no mentor right tackles, so I'm just going to take a left tackle and move him to right tackle. David Bakhtiari. I know it's like, oh, you're cheating because you're switching their positions, but not really, because they still play the same position, just different hands, different stances, kind of the same thing. And now it wants, let's not have David Bakhtiari over there. DJ Humphreys and David Bakhtiari switched around for some mentor XP. Defensively, looking pretty good once again. Let's move Barrett up once again. Specialist-wise, what do we have? I'm going to put Jalen Waddle in the slot forcefully. We're going to have Jordan Brooks there. And then Powell, honestly, let's start Powell. Let's see how he does, see if he pops off, and then Barrett is going to start. Then, of course, Jalen Waddle is going to be in the slot, and I will see you guys in the midseason mark for year number 3. 4-3 coming off back-to-back wins to the Patriots and the Bills here. 7th best offense in terms of passing, 3rd best defense in points per game. That's nice to see. My defensive rushing game is still bad, despite how good my defensive line is. We got some weekly awards here after coming off a win to the Bills. Tua, 3 passing touchdowns, got sacked 3 times, but really good game from him. Scouting national focus, I guess I'm going to do defensive tackle because clearly it's a problem with our rushing defense, even though I think my defensive tackles are pretty good, but sure. Players ready to negotiate. I have $170 million to spend. Minka Fitzpatrick, $25 million a year, getting that bag. He's going to resign. Tyreek Hill is probably going to retire once his contract is up. He's already said it in multiple clips before, but this is Madden, so I'm resigning him to a 3-year deal. Devon A-Chain here, he hasn't been great for us, but I don't think I'm going to be able to develop another running back in time, so hopefully he can develop. Jordan Brooks, I want to see how far he regresses by the next season. Probably not much. And then James Daniels, 3-year contract. He's been pretty solid for us. And then this guy's been pretty good. Again, never going to know how to pronounce his name, but I don't care. It's only $5 million a year. And then Zach's been great for us. Let's do a 1-year deal for him, $14 million a year. Spamming through these contracts. Cam Smith, I don't need. Travis Kelce, probably not. Aaron Brewer, honestly, I probably should just trade him away to get value out of him. We got Ryan Stonehouse here. Let's give him a 4-year contract, superstar punter. And everyone else here, not really that interested in. Jason Sanders, I'll re-sign. Chopper Robinson, I'll probably accept his option. Jason Sanders is kicker. Let's give him a long-term deal. He's not going to regress that hard unless he turns into a Justin Tucker and starts massaging people. But anyways, Aaron Brewer, let's see what we have and just trade him away. The Jaguars need a center. So, I mean, he's young. Even though he has normal development, let's see if they take a third for him. They're not really huge interested, but anyways, they take it regardless. So, I guess it doesn't matter. Get some value out of a second-string player who was honestly pretty solid for us, but didn't really need to use him. He's off to the Jaguars for a third-round pick trade again. And apart from that, let's see if we can make the playoffs, as we are currently 4-3. And we make the playoffs going 10-7, coming off of huge back-to-back wins against the Seahawks and the Bills. Here to face the 12-5 Chiefs, so we're probably going to lose again. But in offensive points per game is 25th, but we have a top 10 passing offense in the NFL. Defensively, number 1 defense in the NFL for defensive points per game. That's great to see. Chiefs have the number 1 offense, though. Unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Typical story here. Let's see what we have for the stats and awards here. Tua looks pretty good. I mean, honestly, dropped in pass rating, passing touchdowns, but it's still fine. 13th offense, 4th defense here. Best our defense has played so far. Tua, 4,300 yards, 32 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, 109 pass rating. Got sacked less this year. Not the least amount, but still much better than last year. Tua, pretty good season. Devon Achane, he's not getting too many touches, but 4.2 per carry, 8 touchdowns to 1 fumble. He's doing better in his averages, so that's what I like to see. Jalen Waddle, 1,300 yards, 16 touchdowns. He's balling. Tyreek Hill, almost 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. Travis Kelce with 6 touchdowns and 606 yards. Not great, but sure. And then sacks, 8 for Tyreek Claiborne, and then 8 for Trent Doherty. Much better than Austin Jackson and Patrick Paul. So, and I don't even have to pay them, and they're still developing. Jonah allows 6 for James Daniels, 1 for Manny Estrada. He did great. Jordan Brooks, 111 tackles, 100 for Carl Powell, tackles for a loss, 15 for Kenneth Grant, 13 for Chop Robinson, 12 for Zach and Jalen Phillips, sacks, 12 for Kenneth Grant. He's really developed now. Breakout season for him. 9.5 for Chop Robinson. This is his breakout season as well. Significant improvement from both of these guys. 8 for Zach, 7 for Jalen Phillips. Interceptions is going to be 2 for Carl and a handful of others. And then deflections, 7 for Carl. He's been great as a left outside linebacker. 6 for Jordan Brooks and 6 for Brian Presley. So Carl Powell, honestly pretty good. 2 interceptions, 7 pass deflections, 2.5 sacks, 3 tackles for a loss, 100 tackles. Great season from him. And then safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. Highly doubt we're going to beat the 90 overall Kansas City Chiefs, but let's see what's going to happen here if we can move on. We do. 28-27. All right, here to face the 13-4 Cincinnati Bengals. We're both exactly the same overall. I don't know why it doesn't just put us both in the yellow. It says we're green and beat them in every stat, but we don't. Can we beat the Bengals to move on to the conference championship after getting our first playoff win of the video? We get crushed. 31-10, of course. Let's move into the fourth and potentially the final season. We just keep having to face these hard opponents. We had the Colts, which we lost to, which wasn't very hard. Then we had the Bills. Then we had the Chiefs. And then we had the Bengals. We just have these ridiculous opponents to play. And for the first time in history, a team shuts out another team in the Super Bowl. The Jaden Daniel Washington Commanders completely shut out the Joe Burrow Bengals. It wasn't the defense this time. No one can whine and complain about the Bengals defense selling. The offense clearly sold with that fat 0 on the board. Jaden Daniels, Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes, 3 league MVPs in a row is crazy. And then Carl Powell wins the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Great to see. In the AFC East, Darren Waller retires. I didn't even re-sign him. I don't know how he got on the team. After 6 years, it was more than that. But anyways, Matt Milano retires after 10, and then Deion Dawkins retires after 10 as well. And for the team upgrades here, Claiborne and Doherty both get star development. I still need that receiver 3 that I never signed. 85 overall team. Powell gets superstar development. Staley, star development. Kenneth Grant goes to superstar development. That's great to see. And any other upgrades on the team? None that I can see. I think my team's doing pretty good, especially at the defensive position. Maybe I'll get a receiver 3 because why not? But other than that, guys, let's see what we have for the re-sign players. And for the re-signings, Shop Robinson, I'll accept that option. Jordan Brooks, I have the money to pay him, so I'm going to. It's going to be a 2-year contract. Then we're going to boost his salary and his bonus so that way he actually stays here. And he wants to test out free agency. Can I tag him? I can for $20 million. I mean, I have the money to keep him. And Travis Kelce, honestly, I'm probably not going to find someone that's much better. So I'm going to sign him to another 1-year deal. Don't really want David Bakhtiari or DJ Humphries, but can I sign them? I'm going to sign them both for 1-year deals. They want to stay in Miami, warm weather state, no state income tax, just for the mentor tags. That way they stay on the team. And then, of course, Jordan Brooks. I kind of want to tag him, and I think I am going to. I know $20 million is a lot, but I have the money to do it. It's only a 1-year contract. Let's see what we have in free agency and see if it's any good this season. Pretty good free agency. Got the receiver 3 I need. The speedster, Jamison Williams, fits right in with the scheme. Then I got Joe Mixon as a backup halfback, so pretty good free agency. Don't really need anything from the draft, if I'm being honest. I'm going to sim to it anyways. Maybe I draft a defensive tackle or another corner, but honestly, I feel like I'm pretty good at every position. Patriots get the number 1 overall pick. The Jets are pretty bad as well, but we did better than everyone else in our division this year, so that's nice to see. We got some halfbacks, some strong safety, some corners. Looking for a defensive tackle or tight end. This defensive tackle here, Alec Reed out of Virginia, 6'4", 302, elite strength, great speed, good acceleration here. Honestly, I'm going to pick up Alec Reed. Looks pretty good, pretty balanced as well. Ranked 17, got him at 26. Hidden development, why not? And then let's go snag a tight end to see if we can get like a decent backup. This guy doesn't seem too bad. Rick Bartell out of Missouri, 6'3", almost 240 here. Great speed, elite acceleration, agility, change of direction. I'm not even going to look at the skills. He looks great athletically. Ranked 70, got him at 58. Hidden development, he'll be a backup. 3rd round pick, I just don't need anything on this team. That's not a very good safety as a backup. Maybe just a backup safety is all I'm really looking at. Joey Wilkerson out of Auburn, 6 foot, 216. Doesn't really look great in the athleticism department, but I really like his skill department, so we're going to pick up Joey here in the early 3rd round. Ranked 73, got him at 71. Normal development, not bad, but I'm running out of positions to select because I feel like my team's already Super Bowl worthy. It just needs a little bit more development, so hopefully we can do that in this season and kind of push him over the top. Also, we're in a really difficult conference. Alec Reed is a 75, 72 for Rick Bartell, 72 for Joey, 71 for Michael Poole. I didn't pick him, but the AI had a good pick. And a good 7th round pick, Roy Rush, 70 overall 7th round pick. Even though he's normal development, pretty good value for a 7th round pick. Now, this is the team going into the 4th and potentially the final season. Bartell's a 74. That's nice to see. Everyone seems pretty good here defensively, like what we got. Let's check up on Minka Fitzpatrick and see how he's been doing so far throughout this entire rebuild, because that's what this is about. First season, 3 tackles for a loss, half a sack, 2 interceptions, 5 pass deflections. I wish it would show you the yards allowed and how many times he's been targeted, but it doesn't do that for players, which is super annoying. But anyways, the best season was probably this season, the most recent one. 72 total tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, 2 picks, 4 deflections. Pretty good season overall. Like that he's back here with the Miami Dolphins. But other than that, guys, team looks pretty good. I'm not even going to worry about the specialist here. Well, actually I am, but I'll just do it off camera. I'll see you in the playoffs for the 4th and potentially the final season. And we go 5-12 and miss the playoffs. This game is so retarded. Let me just skip to the next season. I'm not even going to look at the stats. Why do we just magically suck now? Nothing changed about my team. Literally nothing changed. So really quickly, Jaguars, Niners in the Super Bowl. It looks like the Jaguars won their first ever Super Bowl. That just pisses me off, dude. Let me skip to the next season. That's so stupid. We're magically going to be better the next season. Bartell comes with star development. Travis Kelce's regressed into the ground. They're going to worry about the contracts later. Everything else looks the same. Minka Fitzpatrick's regressing, but he is a superstar X factor now. Great to see. My strong safety is regressing. Let's just keep moving. God, that's so stupid. That doesn't make any logical sense. $31 million to spend. I'm going to accept the option for Presley, and then Jonah I do want back on the team. 5-year contract for him. He's going to re-sign. Jordan Brooks can walk. Jason Marshall can walk. Quinn Ewers and all these other guys. Zach has been great for us. Going to sign him to another 1-year contract. Got $11 million left to spend. Don't really like any of these guys here. And then Ethan Bonner, unfortunate last name, or the other name. I'm pretty sure it's the other name, if you know if you pick it up what I'm putting down. But either way, I don't have really any money to spend in free agency. I'm going to get to the draft. I'm going to draft a new strong safety because our current strong safety is regressing. Minka Fitzpatrick is fine at free safety. I do have a replacement at middle linebacker for Jordan Brooks, but I'll draft one anyways, and then I'm just going to keep going. I just want to speed through this because, God, that's so frustrating. That is so frustrating that the game does that. Oh, perfect. A strong safety at the top of the board. Jabril Weaver out of Stanford. Sure, doesn't look really worth a top 5 pick, but I'll pick him anyways because I need it. Ranked 22, got him at 4. Hidden development, pretty good. He's going to be the starter. Second round here, Piercy Barr out of Alabama, 6'3", 226, elites across the board. He looks amazing. We're going to pick him up at middle linebacker, ranked 42, got him at 36. Hidden development, he looks great as well. I really don't need anything now that I'm thinking about it. Don't really need tight end now that I got Bartell's there. So honestly, skip to the end of the draft. After the draft, Weaver's a 74, 73 for Barr, 69 for this guy. Stop drafting. 75 for a 4th-round pick running back with hidden development out of Nebraska. Andrew Walden seems pretty good, but obviously not going to use or develop him. We're going to be going into the 5th and a final season. Had to just skip through and speed through that BS offseason. I wasn't going to sit through an offseason after going 5-12 whenever my team was literally in its peak form. That's so stupid. And keep in mind, I haven't changed the playbooks the entire time. I've just been running the same multiple zone run, base 4-3, Buffalo offense, Kansas City defense. My team changed basically nothing from last year except there were nice depth players here, but that's really about it. Like all the players I have right now, offensive line seems pretty good. Defensively, I mean, you can't just chalk it up as a bad year, but I'm not going to do that. Weaver is going to be the starter for now. Everyone else looks pretty good. Kenneth Grant has developed nicely specialist-wise. Weaver is not going to be in the slot because he is the starter. Everyone else looks pretty good. Reed has moved up above Zach because he is a higher overall now. And then Staley, Nakobe Dean. Staley hasn't been that bad. Powell is going to be the starter. Powell is up to a 87 overall. Like to see that. But anyways, 88 overall team again. Now watch us magically be good because that's just how Madden simulation works. We're the exact same overall, very similar team. Lost a couple players, but that's it. And a couple players have regressed. But we will magically be a playoff team now. Watch this. And we magically go 11-6 and make the playoffs. Here to face the 9-8 Titans here. My offense is top 10 in the league. My defense is top 10 as well. Absolute BS. We're just magically good. And of course, the Jets and the Bills also go to 11-6. But of course, I get the 6th seed because EA Sports. I have a 90 overall team here to face the 9-8, 86 overall Titans. I'm going to be pissed if we lose this. But either way, we have a significantly better team. Let's look into the stats. Tua here is awful, 23rd in pass rating, but he's pretty good past that. 5th best offense and the 12th best defense. 33 touchdowns to 12 interceptions, 68% completion percentage, 104 pass rating. Isn't bad in real life, but in Madden, he's ranked 23rd. So compared to the rest of the league with injury off, that's not very good. 4,200 yards, of course, and then got sacked 37 times. A-Chain here, 1 fumble, 5 touchdowns, 4.3 per carry. Honestly, been very disappointing this entire rebuild. Jamison Williams with almost 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill almost 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle, 900 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rick Bartell here with 5 touchdowns, 720 yards. Sacks allowed. Claiborne not doing the best with 11. Doherty not doing the best with 9, but still, they're younger and I don't have to pay them. Jonah, James Daniels, and Manny all with 5 sacks allowed as well. So not the best year for the offensive line, but not the worst we've seen. Powell here with 109 tackles for a loss, 14 for Chop Robinson, 9 for Carl Powell and Alec Reed. Sacks 12.5 for Kenneth Grant, who's been doing great, 9 for Chop Robinson, Jalen Phillips. Interceptions 2 for Carl Power, Cater, and then Javier Barrett. I keep almost saying Barnett, my bad. Deflections 8 for Weaver, the rookie, 6 for Cater, and then Javier, and then here, and also Brian Presley. Safeties on the team is 1 for Chop Robinson. Defensive touchdowns is 0. Can we beat the 9-8 Tennessee Titans? We're a better team. We're a higher overall. This should be an easy win. It is 35-23 here to face the 12-5 Las Vegas Raiders. Who is their new Jamarcus Russell quarterback? I will be hopping into this one because we have yet to make it past the divisional round because of the simulation. But let's see. Their new quarterback is Luis Valdez here out of Boston College, scrambler archetype, superstar development. His 2nd year in the league so far, only 1 year total experience. But let's see if we can beat him in Las Vegas Raiders to move on to the conference championship. This should be a win as well, but you never know with Madden simulation. Here we are versus the Raiders. They're going to open up with nothing. We're going to respond with 3. Nice start. We're going to stop them again, 6-0 here. Offense needs to actually wake up. They finally do. 13-0. First half shutout, 21-0. Then we're going to still make it 21-0. This defense goes crazy. Absolute shutout here from the defense. Offense did just enough here. 21-0, beating the Raiders to move on to the conference championship. Here to face the 9-8 Pittsburgh Steelers. Of course, the Steelers are 9-8 and weasel their way into the playoffs, all the way to the conference championship even. It's going to be Parker Rudolph is their new quarterback here. Star development, wearing the number 1 for the Steelers. So good for the Steelers making it past the wild card round. But let's see if we can beat them to move on to the Super Bowl. Here we are in snowy Pittsburgh here. They should not have home field advantage. We're the way better team here, but we're starting out 3-0 here. Defense holding them in the red zone again. They're finally going to score. Offense needs to step it up here. Our defense has been amazing this entire playoff run. 19-14 here against the Steelers. Defense needs to come in clutch one more time. Skip to the next play. How did they get that? Bro, are we kidding? Are we kidding? 19-20. Minka Fitzpatrick's former team. How did they possibly get that? It was like a 40-yard touchdown. Did we not play that deep on the 40-yard to DK Metcalf 8-yard touchdown? How did we allow this? So we dropped the pass, and then with 16 seconds left, 16 yards, 27 yards, 8 yards. What the hell are we doing? Are you serious right now? Are you serious that the 9-8 Steelers weasel their way into the Super Bowl? That's the stupidest shit ever. I'm not even going to finish this rebuild. I don't care what anyone says. I built a good team. This was a good rebuild. What more do you want me to do? Like, honestly, what more do you want me to do? The 9-8 Steelers weasel their way past me and, of course, shoved in Minka Fitzpatrick's face, and they win because we don't know how to play 3-man deep. Are we so serious right now? Are we so serious? Come on, dude. That is so dumb. Anyways, 90 overall team. I really can't do much better than this. I really can't. It's really a good team, but the AI says otherwise. So I don't want to come back to you guys and deliver you and hand you guys an L rebuild, straight an L on a plate to you guys. But at the same time, what more do you want me to do? This is a great team, 90 overall. The AI just hates me. But anyways, guys, apart from that, I usually have I would say a 90% success rate with Madden rebuilds. I'm sure you guys just remember the L's, but either way, apart from that, I built up a good team. We have so many X factors, but so many of our players are going to start regressing. So apart from that, guys, I thank you guys all for watching. Let me know which team you want me to rebuild next, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.